The mental state of everyone determines his level of productivity. Whatever you feed your mind with is what manifests in the long run. Different approach to life's battle and the different beliefs of people is as a result of what they have heard, what they were taught, and what they chose to believe. David knew this truth. That's why he cried to God in Psalm 51 verse 10, which says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." David knew that the mind of man can be polluted. A polluted mind can make one become ashamed before God. Adam and Eve were given an opportunity to stay in the garden. They had all they wanted and also enjoyed a communion with God at the cool of the day. When the devil came in to deceive them, he polluted their minds with reason to sin against God. They had never thought of those reasons until that came. After they had disobeyed, they had fallen for the trap of the devil, they discovered that they were naked, shame was their companion, regrets had a seat in their heart, all because their mind was exposed to the wrong advice. Why the Christians in the Bible grew in faith and knowledge of God was due to the fact that they always devoted time to listen to the apostles preach. They never stopped at that. They also went home to study for themselves to be updated in the things of God. So many times we surround ourselves with the wrong people. Those who don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. They always speak negatively. They never see any good coming out from any situation. That's the wrong path to take. A man in the Bible is notable for his foresight and mindset while in the wilderness. They were sent as spies to a land, and despite the size of their enemies, they never allowed their mind to be swayed. Their testimony gave a boost to other Israelites. They confessed what they want to see, not according to what they had seen. They understood that the words of their mouth and the thoughts of their hearts can portray their hope in God. They had witnessed the wonders of God in the wilderness and in Egypt. Those experiences influenced their minds and thoughts. The beautiful thing about having the right mindset is this: you cannot be limited by what you see. Your confessions take a positive shape, your actions become optimistic. Listen to me. Your present mental state is as a result of what you feed your mind on. It is a reflection of your friends too. No wonder it is written in the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 6 that, "For the mind set on the flesh is death, but the mind set on the spirit is life and peace." If you give your time to pornography, your thoughts will be clouded daily with its proceeds. When you devote your time to studying, your wealth of knowledge will be built. It is as simple as that. I would like you to know this. The mind of a man is like an empty room, waiting to be occupied by something or someone. It is left for man to choose what he wants inside his mind. That's the reason people who have soiled themselves in worldliness turn back to God and desire that their minds be cleansed from the fragments of sin. God is giving you the choice to make between good and bad. He has given you the privilege to determine what you want in life, so make a right choice, my friend. There are so many signs that entails your friend is toxic to your mental health. Before I discuss some of these signs, please click on the subscribe button if you haven't, like, comment, and share this video with your friends. Also turn on your notification buttons so as to be notified when we post amazing video. Thank you and God bless you. The first sign that shows someone is dangerous to your mental health is when they don't see anything good in you. Words have power. It can either make you or mar you. There are many times you get overwhelmed by the challenges of life and all you just need is an encouragement to push further. At this point, the response you get from your friend or accomplice determines the kind of person you are associating with. So many people have committed suicide because of the words spoken by their friends. They were looked down on, sidelined like someone who has no future. Listen, friend, if your friends judges you as an entity because you came from a poor background or your inability to afford basic amenities in life, then you need to give yourself a break from them. They cannot be a boost to fulfilling your destiny. If all they see is backwardness despite your potentials, it is certain that they are meant to derail you at the long run. Remember that Abraham had to be separated from Lot. They were men with different purposes and ideas. Lot's foresight would have limited the promise given to Abraham. Until they were separated, God never revealed his plans for Abraham. Beloved, God may be waiting for separation between you and your toxic friends. Take that step and you will notice a difference in your relationship with God. The second sign that someone is dangerous to your mental health is when you notice that he or she is manipulative. Being manipulative is a trait that the devil uses to distract man and make him a prey unconsciously. There are times you never wanted to think of pornography, but the devil brings a picture of someone you had seen and begin to play with your thoughts. Without being resistant, you discover that you are lost in that lustful thoughts. You feel guilty at the long run. This is true about some people around your life. They come into your life with an aim to control you, get information that can boost their evil plans. You discover that they always play with your intelligence. Sometimes the reason why you don't have anything good to show forth is because the ideas you have stored up have been leaked. Your manipulative friends have taken a step behind your back to carry out your future plans. This can happen because you shared your ideas and future plans in confidence. You trusted your friends so much to that extent. There are situations where, despite being secretive, you notice a particular person in your circle always come to seek personal information from you. That individual comes as someone in need of an advice or direction, but at the end, they strike you with the rod. The impact of manipulation is painful. You feel cheated, empty, void of purpose, and sometimes the devil gives a terrible reason to take your life. Beloved, decide to take a break from such people. Flee from them and protect your mental health. The third sign that someone close to you is dangerous to your mental health is when they talk down on you in the dark and pretend. The worst experience in life is when you come across those who once respected you and they throw a disheartening glance at you. Their behavior tells that they have been fed with lies. They wouldn't have believed, but the fact that your friend whom you trusted is the backbone behind all the mess, they have no choice. Dear friend, you will agree with me that your mental health will experience a negative shift. You will lose your self-esteem. You become downtrodden. That's the worst experience to your mind. Recovering from such a process takes all your energy. In fact, you feel tired while thinking of how to reclaim the trust of those who have been misinformed. Listen, the worst part of this terrible act is that the mole among your friends will still pretend to be a good friend. He or she shows no remorse. This shows the depth of wickedness in his or her heart against you. Don't hesitate to separate yourself from such individuals. They are toxic, and having such people around cannot help your mind stay focused. The fourth sign that someone is dangerous to your mental health is when your friend is void of anything godly, good, or inspiring. Out of the heart proceeds the issue of life. It is the content of a man's heart that manifests as a character. So many people have a polluted mind that never harbors anything good or inspiring. All they think and have in their mind is negativity, immoral thoughts, and beliefs of a wayward man. Having someone like this as a friend will affect the way you think. You will definitely find it difficult to express your purpose around them. You notice that all that comes from your friends are words of immorality, nothing better than that. This will eventually pollute your thoughts and hinder your concentration. The truth is that whatever you feed your mind on is what it produces at the long run. You cannot be close to someone who only talks about sin, theft, negativity, drug abuse, and not be influenced someday. You will be pushed to try them out someday. You must have come to discover that many out of those arrested for theft and other crimes always plead for their release because they were only influenced by their friends or it is their first time. There are cases where criminals, having been interrogated, disclose that they have never been involved in any crime. They just tried it out for the first time because their thoughts were influenced. The truth remains that those who fell into sin because of the influence of their friend will also face the consequence of their action. Listen, dear friend, that should not be your lot. You don't have to stay with everyone. You cannot accommodate just anyone that comes to you at the first glance of friendship. Rather, with wisdom, discern and choose your friends. The fifth sign that shows someone is dangerous to your mental health is when he or she always brings up your past to your face. Your past is meant to be behind you. This is to allow you focus on your bright future, because a confused mind cannot access the direction of success. In life, no matter how bad your past is, there is someone who you must have shared it with in confidence. It is painful and disheartening when you get to discover that all you have abandoned as your past is brought to your face afresh. Whenever your friend brings up your past, it feels as though a fresh wound is open and the pain comes back in full. This act is deliberate. Reason being that no one who is sane will find joy revisiting what has been forgotten. Dear friend, whenever your past is brought to your face, you get depressed, you find it hard to pray, study, and communicate with people. That's the impact, a negative one at that. After a while, you overcome your thoughts, but afterwards, your friend brings up another aspect of your life that makes you shed tears in secret. Secrets are meant to be hidden and enclosed in the heart, not shared at will or when provoked. I have come to discover that most times, if your friend gets annoyed and pours out certain words that hurt you, then that is an unfriendly friend. That is not a friend to keep. Anything that causes pain, regret, depression, and confusion is not of God. It is not also good for you. Stay away from such a friend that always seeks to see your tears, someone who doesn't value your peace and sound mind. Remember that the wish of God in the book of 3 John verse 2, which says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers." God doesn't only give wealth, health, and other blessings. He also wishes for your soul to prosper. Your mind is renewed and productive. I will end with this scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 13. It says, "For as we are besides ourselves, it is for God. If we are of sound mind, it is for you." It is clearly your choice to have a sound mind or not. So make the right choice that suits your purpose. God bless you.